Man, Bollywood, man, this was unbelievable for me. So, from the title, you think that it's just all about Bollywood film and the introduction to Down Under or Australia. But this gives you a full historic rundown of the creation of Bollywood film, why it's called Bollywood, why Bollywood is so entertaining and it's not very dramatic, and as well as that, how they what's the word I was going to say? How they assimilated into Australian culture. But other than that, the challenges with that and how they're sort of blooming now too. Absolutely beautiful. Like they give you recommendations for films during this whole doco, and all of them look really good. They even shout out the Un-Indian with Brett Lee in there as well.
Brett Lee?
Yeah,
Brett
threw
Lee
me off.
The director of this directed that movie. Yeah, Anupam Sharma? He directed both. Yeah, but he was critical during that time of getting those Indian crews over here to Australia to shoot. What was
Nobody shoots like those O's.
Nah. And it's crazy, right? Because the output that they have is amazing. But these O's operate almost guerrilla-like. They said they would just grab a van in like Switzerland or something. Ah, that mountain looks good. Pull over to the side of the road here. And they just do a full number. Amazing.
You imagine just whipping their artists if they don't know the moves?
And it's wild too, because it's not even one time they'll stop the van. They're stopping their van like 3-4 times on that road.
Yeah. And no one's stopping them. They're just going for it.
Yeah.
The idea of Bollywood then was a window into the world. So they didn't want to see the streets and like the alleys and slums and their own surroundings. They've seen that. They wanted actual escapism. So like they wanted to see the mountains of Switzerland, Paris, and then eventually coming to Australia, right? And the issues there were crazy. Like you're almost thinking like it's at a time when these guys are sort of, I roll 40 deep basically when I make movies. A Bollywood movie is not a lean crew.
No.
They're having a party, you know what I mean? You need your hype man. You need people there to kind of create an atmosphere. And these guys is like it's not unheard of to have a guy holding on an umbrella or a guy that's job is just to make the chai. And when you translate that to Australia, they're questioning why would you need to give a guy a job just to hold an umbrella? But actually, he's a production assistant, right? Or like, why would you get a guy to make chai all the time when we've got people that make tea over here? And you see him make the tea. They're just squeezing the tea bag out. You know what I mean? It's not chai. It's not the care that the actual chai wallahs actually take over in India.
It's not tea, in my opinion.
I've still got to try chai. There's a lot in this movie that sort of got me curious and excited about Indian culture and Indian cinema.
Yeah.
So much so that night I threw on Triple R. And when I tell you that Triple R is a live action manga that One Piece and Cowboy Bebop could never, there was a sequence in there that like it was better than some of the Marvel stuff that we've had so far. The production values is insane.
There's a lot that's better than the Marvel stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%. But you wouldn't expect it from like an Indian movie with singing and dancing, right? Would compete on the scale of a Marvel movie. It is nuts. Yeah. It's amazing. And it was entertaining. And exactly like the documentary said, you've got to, like, it's otherworldly. It's not realism. That's why you can have those like fighting tigers or beating up 1,000 people to get his one man and then drag him all the way back. Nuts.
Yeah. I think like with a lot of the stuff you see in here as well, it makes a lot of external films make a lot of sense as well. Like it clicked like shortly after today that what they say in Inception makes a lot more sense now as well when they're in India and they're testing out the dreaming agent, and that guy comes over and he's like, people don't come here to dream, they come here to wake up. And that's like a short sentence to describe how the citizens or anyone within India were using film back in there as well, because it was all escapist theory basically. They wanted to go there to think about something else.
Yeah. Yeah, it was such a good documentary, and to be honest, like, because I don't know much about Indian cinema, I don't know much about Bollywood, it was such a good education actually watching it. It got me interested in it. Let me tell you this, Bollywood does it right. Like, all of their movies is 3-hour movies with a 20-minute intermission in the middle.
Yeah.
And when you walk out, you go get hot food, samosas, whatever you need, cold drink, another beer, popcorn, go to the toilet. Tell me, Mr. Scorsese, does this not sound great? You know what I mean?
Sounds like cinema to me.
It does. It really, really does.
I'm telling you, like, if I got the 20-minute intermission, you know what would be perfect for? Before, like, you need to, like, go to the bathroom, and then you're like, you know what, I can save it. And then midway through that movie, you're like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Then you
I don't
set
want to
it
miss
off
out
in
on
there.
anything. And then when I was watching Triple R, they had the intermission. Beautiful.
Wipe yourself off and
It was nuts. I really enjoyed the documentary. It is a cool 90 minutes, but it covers so much. It moves at a click that, like, you don't sort of, they don't squander the time anywhere. It's sharp, it's precise, and it gets its points across. And then it delves into some of the more disheartening stuff. Like, Australia's making all this money off these Indian films through tourism and through Indians migrating over here.
1000%.
But it's the tourism branch that's negotiating with the film branch in India. It's not Film Australia trying to work with Film India. And then talks just broke down when some Indian migrants were getting assaulted and also killed in Melbourne. And there was protests and all these things, and it just let India know that we're not welcome there. And for them, their response was, well, I'm not going to showcase your city here. Like, the tourism went up like crazy.
And I gotta say as well, like, these guys knew how to barter as well when it came to showcasing the beauty of any location they went into. Like, if they had to, like, have those talks with government and government telling them you can't shoot here, here, and here, they would be very forward with the fact that, look, I want to shoot here, but I want to see the best parts of this so I can show everyone else the best parts of this.
Yeah.
It's just really compelling.
It's what happens when government gets involved in film. Last time that happened, it was the fucking Nazis. We saw what came out of there. Disgusting.
Oh, yeah. Well, they still make propaganda films now. It's just like it's backed by the military and everything.
Oh yeah. But they should never be involved.
Yeah.
Government kills creativity.
You know what? I would like to spend a weekend in North Korea watching Kim Jong-un's personal collection.
What do you mean? Kim Jong-un's got Netflix. It's the rest of the people's that you got to worry about.
I don't know, but his personal collection. I want to see his top 5, his top 4 letterbox. North Korean made films.
Kim Jong is probably just all prawns. I gotta tell you.
You know what? Give it like 4 or 5 years, we might see Kim Jong Un visits the Criterion closet or whatever it is where they pick the movies.
That was a wild, that Criterion closet.
Yeah.
Like,
I
especially
steal
the
everything.
older stuff.
Those are just grab handfuls, just armfuls, and yeah, I'll pick all of these.
That's a
I'll bring
shelf,
it
sir.
You just staunch it. That's the shelf saying, what are you going to do? Stop me. Fill the bags.
That's what it'll be.
Why has this got the blick in the Criterion closet? Doubles of every copy. But yeah, this movie is absolutely worth a watch. It is available now in certain locations, so check it out. But it is also available exclusively as part of Dendy's Bollywood Film Festival that's happening. That's running from the 2nd of November to the 5th of November. If you're out there, you want to learn a bit more, you're curious about it, go check it out. Beautiful stuff.
Does event doesn't do those Bollywood events anymore?
There's a lot of times where they will just run the movie.
No.
Well, my friend was telling me at work, because I was asking him, right? He was like, if you're going to go see an Indian film, right, you'll have to pick out of 5 or 6 sessions because they dub them in all the languages. Yeah. So, for instance, like Triple R is Hindi, right? But then, and that's from the south of India. But then you might get a movie that's Tamil.
Yeah.
Yeah, or one of the other languages.
The other dialects, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That's why everyone speaks English over there. They're like, fuck it.
But over there, they were saying in this doco, they have state cinemas. So imagine having the cinema of New South Wales or the cinema of Sydney or the cinema of Queensland, where like 2,500 people go and watch the same movie.
Wow, that'd be so mad.
Yeah.
Can you imagine screening like something funny there and just hearing the laugh? Like just start at one end or something and then come all the way around?
You would just be feeling everything in the cinema. And through the sort of the doco and the scope, it loops back to what this O says at the start of the movie, where Indians, like, we laugh loud, we hug like big, and we like, we talk big, and like their emotions are all out there, so they want to see that reflected in the cinema. And I think this doco captures it perfectly. Anupam and the team behind it did an amazing job, and it's absolutely worth checking out. Like I was not interested in Bollywood films before because I feel like with art you need a curator. You need someone to curate that experience, and this helped with that. Absolutely. Now I've got like mad interest in there. I want to check them all out.
Yeah, same. Definitely curious. But no, I love this from start to finish. Like, there's nothing else I can really say to compliment this because it's just the highest honors for me. I really enjoyed this, man. It was good.
I reckon you could probably take one of those Bollywood directors and give them like an Avengers script and the budget, and they'll get it done in 2 weeks.
Mate.
They'll just sit there and wait for special effects to get done, but they'll get it done in 2 weeks.
Yeah, true.
It'd look amazing.
That's what I thought they were going for with like the look of Blue Beetle and all that sort of stuff, is like that really flashy Bollywood sort of look, that money Bollywood look. Not really.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen something similar for like Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Or
fucking drab, that show.
Or I suppose they are in Jersey though.
Who gives a fuck? They were still going to the things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But then I think about like Kingo in Eternals as well. Like those sequences were cool. They Like they didn't hold on to that. It wasn't
Yeah.
part of his identity or anything,
Hmm.
except when it was part of his identity to explain why he was as old as he was.